Hey, thanks for checking out this video today. If we don't have the pleasure of knowing each other yet, my name is Michelle and I work as the soul translator as well as have Sensate Soul, and I am all about helping empower sensitivity, elevate empathy, and help empathic entrepreneurs become their most empowered and glorious self in their lives and also in their livelihoods. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about this topic I'm calling the 3 M's. And there's no coincidence that I'm also named Michelle. But today we're going to be talking about this idea that I see so much for empaths and sensitives, and it's about being mutable. That's the first M. Being mutable basically means that you can easily adapt. It's like the chameleon kind of syndrome that many of us can have, where we can easily adapt our energy and our personality even to those that are around us and also to those who are influencing us energetically, emotionally, psychologically, all the different ways that we are in resonance with others. And that is a really beautiful ability. So first off, let's say this is not about making that wrong. Hello, Ollie. This is about being aware of when that mutable nature can become something that is beginning to drag your energy down. And worst case scenario of what happens is when people start losing their sense of self, which can be, sorry to say, but easier for a lot of empaths and sensitives because of our mutability and sensitivity. So we get really good at adapting. And like I said, let's look at that as an asset, because it also means, hey buddy, it also means that you are sensitive then to those around you, and also to being able to shift and work with the ebbs and flows of life, of circumstances, and also of your work if you are an empathic entrepreneur. So it means you have a finger on the pulse of possibility, is one way to look at it. And it's also something to be aware of, because the most empowered empaths and sensitives are truly, as I say, their sovereign selves. We are truly most powerful when we can be unto ourselves as well as connected and have the choice between the two. The second M, I was going to say the third, did you see that? The second M is about being muted. A lot of empaths and sensitives feel like we don't have a voice, or we hold our voice back. What I have found actually is, and personally for myself as well, I have to be very aware of working on my throat chakra and keeping it open and clear, because it can be that place. It can be that place where we shut down our power. The throat area is a very powerful place of self-expression, creativity, and vibration, frequency, sharing the voice and sharing the vibe of who we are in our speech, in how we speak about things and about ourselves. So let's not underestimate the power of the frequency of your voice. So, and allowing yourself to speak up more, to share your thoughts and feelings without censoring them so much, to be bolder in expressing ourselves. The one caveat that I put with that is that because empaths and sensitives are feeling so much and observing so much around us, so one thing that we need to be aware of is to not kind of sensorily overshare in this. And what I mean by that is sometimes our feelings and emotions and things that we're observing are private. They're not things that we need to necessarily share with the world. And also the other side of this is when you're sensing and feeling things in other people, you got to kind of, calibrate what the relationship is, and if it is a place where you have permission, if you haven't asked for it already, to be able to share what you're observing in a loving and compassionate way. So that's a big topic in and of itself, which we definitely can do another video on that. But it is a really powerful place of awareness to make sure that you're not muting yourself just so you can save face, whether it's yours or what often we do is save face for somebody else. The third M here is watching that you don't go mute. The old term of mute was somebody who didn't speak, but it also was on other sensory levels. Somebody who was mute was considered, wasn't that sharp mentally. This is the old term, of course, was somebody who sensorily, in the sense of, sight and sound and expression and all of that, was just turned way down and was not interacting with the world. And where we can sometimes do this is, ironically enough, in our own emotions, where we can go mute to our own emotions and feelings. And that is seriously like the worst thing. That's like a death sentence for the sensate soul, because of the fact that we have such incredibly strong connection to our emotions and our sensations. And shutting that down is like turning yourself completely off, and it's really can be very damaging to our self-esteem and sense of self, because when you have such strong channels of sensitivity and sensory connection and emotional resonance and flow, and then you shut that down, that can cause really big problems. And also, one reason why this is so tragic when we do this is because we can tend to then turn it inward, collapse inward, and also sometimes even have, to the extent of having physical symptoms where either whether it's depression, a depressing of the energy, or as I've seen in my clients and work, is that there can be a way of the system, the energetic system, turning on itself. And that may show up in different ways around autoimmune situations, and not being able to digest life because the system is in a really contracted, self-protective mode, but then the energy has nowhere to go but to go onto itself. So that's another video as well. But it is something to be aware of, that when we mute the emotional energy of who we are and how we sense the world, we really do start to contract and collapse inward. And then we're not happy campers. And we may be dealing with a certain amount of energetic eating on ourselves, which is a really strong way to say it, but that's what it can end up feeling like, whether that is physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually, with existential senses of not feeling like you can stay home in your embodied, beautiful, sensitive self. Okay, that's it for this video, and please do remember those 3 M's to be aware around not being too mutable, not being too muted in your expression, as well as not going mute in the sense of your own emotions and sensory connection to yourself and to the world around you. Because it truly is through our sensitivities and the strengths of them that we become our truest soul self, because that's why and how we were made, is to be sensitive and to be resonant. All right, take great care. And also, I forgot to say, if you have liked this video and the information that you are hearing here, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel as well. And if you'd like to stay connected and get more information and resources and things that I share only on private emails, you can find me at thesoultranslator.com, as well as Sensate Soul. So much love. See you in the next video.